Solve and graph this absolute value inequality. The trick with an absolute value inequality is remembering this phrase, great or less than. I don't know why that T is capital. It shouldn't be. Now, great or less than is clever wordplay for when we do these problems. Now, I'm going to hold on to that phrase because I don't need it quite yet. When you solve an absolute value inequality, you're going to start solving it the way you solve a regular absolute value equation, and you split them up in their two guys. All right, the left side is always going to be 7x plus 4. Always keep the left side exactly the same for both. The right side for one of the inequalities, you're going to keep the sign and the right side exactly the same. However, for the other inequality, you're going to flip the sign and make this opposite, so negative 74. Now, the other part to this is this clever thing. The moment I split it up, I have to look at my symbol. That's a greater than symbol. A greater than symbol is great or. So the word that we're going to use is or. And then you just solve each of these individually like you normally would. We've done compound inequalities. So you solve each one of these individually. So you subtract 4, 7x is greater than 70, divide both sides by 7, divide both sides by 7. X is greater than or equal to 10. Over here, you follow the same process. You subtract 4, 7x is less than or equal to negative 78. Divide by 7, and x is going to be less than or equal to negative 11.1. We'll leave it like that. It's much worse than that, but we'll leave it like that because, when we have to graph it, it's terrible. What's my word in the middle? Or. So that's me solving it. Now it's time to graph. Now, when graphing these, if it's a or statement, you can have both number lines on the same number line. So since these are far apart, what I'll do is I'll go by 5. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Probably a bad idea that I did it this way, but it's too late. I already committed. Right. And then you just graph both of them on the same number line. X is greater than or equal to 10. Put a circle at 10. Fill it in. Shade everything to the right side. X is less than or equal to negative 11.1. Well, here's negative 10, so negative 11.1 might live somewhere around there. Fill it in, shade to the left. And what this means is I can choose any number in either of these shadings. Any number in either of these shadings. I can pick 20, I can pick 1,000, I can pick negative 20, I can pick negative 1,000, and plug it into that guy up there. So if I were to pick 20, that would be 7 times 20 is 140, and 140 plus 4 is the absolute value of 144, which is still greater than or equal to 74. So all of these guys work. But that's that. That's how you graph and solve and graph an absolute value inequality. I hope this helps.